something strange happens around you that most people never notice about themselves. The predators, the energy vampires, the manipulators, the narcissists who feast on empaths, they can't get close to you. They try, they test, and then they leave. They can't feed, they can't drain you, they can't get their hooks in, and yet at the same time you feel like you're under constant attack from directions you can barely see, like you're immune to one thing and a magnet for another. But at the same time, have you noticed that you seem to attract intense spiritual opposition? That you experience attacks that other people don't experience? That you face resistance from forces that most people don't even know exist? That your life feels like a constant battlefield between light and dark, truth and deception, evolution and stagnation? If this describes your experience, if you've noticed that you're somehow immune to the predators that other empaths fall victim to, but you're also under constant spiritual attack in ways that feel almost coordinated, you're not imagining it, you're not paranoid, you're not making it up.
You're a Heyoka empath, and your specific frequency, your particular medicine, makes you both a repellent to predators and a target for spiritual warfare, because you're not just healing individuals, you're disrupting entire systems of darkness, and systems fight back.
Today we're exploring why you repel energy vampires, why you attract spiritual attacks, what's actually happening on the energetic level, and how to navigate this reality without burning out or becoming paranoid. If you've always felt like you're in a battle that nobody else seems to be fighting, if you've noticed that dark forces seem particularly interested in stopping you, if you've experienced opposition that feels coordinated and intentional, this video will help you understand what you're actually up against and why your particular medicine makes you such a threat. Let's dive in. Here's the first thing you need to understand about why energy vampires can't feed on you. Your energy is fundamentally different from other empaths. Most empaths are like open doors. Their boundaries are porous. Their energy is accessible. Predators can walk right in, tap into their life force, and drain them without much resistance. But your energy isn't like that. You're not an open door, you're a mirror. And when predators try to feed on you, they encounter themselves. They see their own darkness reflected back. They feel their own emptiness magnified. They experience their own predatory nature exposed. And this is intolerable for them, because predators rely on their targets not seeing them clearly. They need people who will make excuses for them, who will give them the benefit of the doubt, who will be confused by their manipulation.
But you see them immediately. You see through their charm to the emptiness underneath. You see through their victim stories to the predatory behavior they're justifying. You see through their performances to the calculation behind every move.
And not only do you see them, but your presence makes it impossible for them to hide from themselves. When they're around you, they feel exposed, naked, seen in ways they desperately don't want to be seen. Your energy holds up a mirror to their darkness and forces them to look at what they've been avoiding. This is why they can't drain you. Because draining requires your unconsciousness. It requires you to not see what they're doing, to question yourself instead of them, to absorb their projections instead of reflecting them back. But you can't not see. Your system won't allow the blindness that draining requires. You can't absorb their projections because your energy automatically reflects. You can't be confused by manipulation because you see the structure of manipulation too clearly.
Think of it this way. Energy vampires are like parasites. They need a host that won't recognize them as a parasite. But your immune system, your energetic immune system, recognizes parasites immediately. Your system flags them, illuminates them, makes it impossible for them to attach undetected.
So they try once, maybe twice, to get close to you. They test your boundaries. They try their usual tactics. The love bombing, the sob story, the charm offensive, the manufactured vulnerability that's designed to trigger your empathy. But it doesn't work, because you're not responding to their performance. You're responding to their energy underneath the performance. And their energy underneath is empty, predatory, calculating. Your empathy doesn't get triggered by performance. It gets triggered by authentic need. And predators don't have authentic need. They have bottomless want. So they move on quickly. because you're not giving them what they came for. You're giving them something far worse, a reflection of what they actually are. And predators would rather starve than face themselves honestly. This is your protection. This is your gift. Your Heyoka nature makes you indigestible to predators. Your mirror energy makes you immune to vampires. Your clarity makes you impenetrable to manipulation. Here's why you attract spiritual warfare in ways other empaths don't. Most empaths work at the individual level. They heal person by person. They help one soul at a time. They do important work, but it's contained. It's personal. It doesn't threaten larger structures. But you don't work at the individual level. You work at the systemic level. When you enter a space, you don't just affect the people in that space. You affect the entire structure of that space. The power dynamics, the unspoken agreements, the collective consciousness, the systems of control and manipulation that have been functioning invisibly.
You're not just healing individuals, you're exposing entire systems of darkness. You're illuminating collective shadow. You're disrupting agreements that groups of people have made to stay unconscious together, and that makes you dangerous to forces that benefit from collective unconsciousness.
Think about what happens when you walk into a dysfunctional family system. You don't just help one person see their patterns. Your presence forces the entire system to either evolve or expel you. The hidden dynamics surface, the unspoken rules become visible. The roles people have been playing become untenable. The system has to change or exclude you. There's no middle ground. Because your energy doesn't allow for partial awakening. It's all or nothing. Either everyone starts becoming more conscious, or they band together to push you out. This is why families often scapegoat you, why organizations exclude you, why communities make you the problem. Because you're not just challenging individual people, you're challenging the entire structure that those people have built their lives around.
And here's what's crucial to understand. When you disrupt a system, you're not just facing resistance from the people in that system. You're facing resistance from the energetic structure itself, from the collective shadow, from the agreements that have been made at levels most people don't even perceive.
This is spiritual warfare, not in the dramatic Hollywood sense, but in the very real sense that there are forces, energetic structures, collective agreements that benefit from unconsciousness, from darkness, from people staying small and blind and controlled. And when you threaten those structures, they fight back. Not always through direct attack, sometimes through subtle manipulation, through synchronicities that block you, through people who suddenly turn on you for no apparent reason, through obstacles that appear whenever you're about to make a breakthrough, through exhaustion that comes from nowhere, through doubt that creeps in precisely when you need confidence. This is what you're experiencing. This is why your path feels harder than other people's paths. Because you're not just doing personal growth. You're engaging in spiritual warfare against systems of darkness that have been functioning for generations. Here's something that sounds paranoid until you've experienced it enough times to know it's real. Dark forces, whatever you want to call them, spiritual parasites, demonic entities, collective shadow, egregores, they actually perceive you as a threat. And they respond to that threat strategically. Most people don't register on their radar. Most people are unconscious enough that they pose no real threat to systems of darkness. They might do some healing, make some progress, help some people, but they're not dismantling structures. They're not waking people up at scale. They're not exposing systems. But you are. Your very existence is a threat. Your mirror nature reflects darkness back to itself in ways that weaken its power. Your truth-telling exposes lies that darkness depends on. Your disruption breaks agreements that darkness relies on to maintain control.
In spiritual warfare, there's a principle. The more powerful your medicine, the more intense the opposition. The more threatening you are to darkness, the more darkness will try to stop you, discredit you, neutralize you.
So you experience attacks that other people don't. You face opposition that seems coordinated even though you can't point to a visible coordinator. You encounter obstacles that feel intentional even though you can't prove intentionality. People turn on you suddenly without clear reason. Opportunities fall apart at the last minute. Technology fails when you're doing important work. Your energy gets drained in ways that don't make logical sense. You experience interference in your sleep. You feel watched, opposed, resisted by forces you can't see but can definitely feel. And if you talk about this, people think you're paranoid. They tell you you're imagining things, that you're being dramatic, that you're making yourself a victim by believing in spiritual attack. I need to share something personal here because I'm not speaking abstractly. I am living this. I have a stalker, going on 5 years now. One person whose entire mission, it seems, has become making my life as difficult as possible because I refuse to become a victim they could control. And it isn't just him anymore. His father is involved too. A coordinated, ongoing, multi-person campaign against one person who just walked away. It has followed me into work, professional situations where I should be safe, where I should just be able to do my job, but the interference reaches there too. Rumors, strategically placed, designed to make people around me question what they know about me before I've had a chance to show them who I actually am. And it has reached my family. People I love, who have nothing to do with any of this, now carrying questions planted by someone who couldn't control me. And the flying monkeys? I don't have to go looking for them. I just have to leave my house, the gym, the grocery store, wherever I go, someone finds me. 5 years in, new ones are still being recruited and sent. That's not a grudge, that's a spiritual war. And it tells me everything about the level of threat I represent to that person's false reality. Is it exhausting? Yes. Is it absurd? Completely. At this point, it's genuinely pathetic to watch. But here's what I know. The scale of the opposition confirms the scale of the threat I represent. You don't run a 5-year operation against someone who is nothing. You run it against someone you cannot neutralize. And if you can't neutralize me, that means my mirror is still working. The reflection is still holding.
But you're not imagining it. You're perceiving accurately. Darkness is real. It operates strategically. It identifies threats and neutralizes them. And you are a threat. Your medicine is dangerous to systems of control and manipulation.
This doesn't mean you should become paranoid. This doesn't mean you should see demons everywhere. This doesn't mean you should give darkness more power by fearing it constantly. But it does mean you should recognize what you're up against. You should understand that the opposition you face is real, is strategic, and is proportional to the threat you pose. The more powerful you become, the more you'll be tested. The more you disrupt, the more resistance you'll face. This is not punishment. This is confirmation. The intensity of the warfare you're experiencing is evidence of how powerful your medicine is. If you weren't a threat, you wouldn't be attacked. If your work wasn't effective, darkness wouldn't bother trying to stop you. If this is describing your life right now, subscribe so you don't lose this channel. We're going deeper in the next parts, and in the next videos, into how to hold your ground through all of it. Here's what you need to understand about the spiritual warfare you're experiencing. It's not just opposition, it's training. Every attack you face, every obstacle you overcome, every moment of resistance you push through, you're being forged into something stronger. Think about it. If your path were easy, if you faced no opposition, if darkness didn't fight back, you wouldn't develop the strength necessary for the work you came here to do. You'd be soft, unprepared, unable to hold the intensity of the medicine you carry. But that's not what's happening. You're being opposed because you need to be strengthened. You're being attacked because you need to learn how to defend. You're being tested because you need to prove to yourself more than anyone that you can handle what you came here to handle.
In shamanic traditions, the wounded healer must die and be reborn. They must face darkness directly. They must be broken down and rebuilt. This isn't cruelty from the universe. This is initiation. This is how medicine people are made.
Every time a predator tries to drain you and fails, you're learning that your energy is protected. Every time a system tries to expel you and you hold your ground, you're learning that you can stand in truth regardless of opposition. Every time darkness tries to discourage you and you keep going anyway, you're proving that your commitment is stronger than the resistance. This is warrior training, not the toxic masculine version of warrior that's about domination and violence, but the sacred warrior, the one who fights for truth, for healing, for evolution, the one who faces darkness not to destroy it but to transform it through exposure to light. You're learning how to be that warrior, how to stand in your power without becoming arrogant, how to fight without becoming violent, how to oppose darkness without becoming dark yourself.
And this training is preparing you for work that most people can't do. Work that requires you to go into dark places and not be consumed by them. Work that requires you to face evil and not become evil. Work that requires you to disrupt powerful systems without those systems destroying you.
So when you're experiencing spiritual attack, when you're facing opposition, when obstacles appear and synchronicities work against you, don't just see it as punishment or bad luck or evidence that you're doing something wrong. See it as training. See it as initiation. See it as the universe saying, "You're strong enough for this. You can handle this. This is making you ready for what comes next." And trust that you wouldn't be facing this level of opposition if you weren't capable of handling it. The warfare you're experiencing is calibrated to your capacity. You're never given more than you can actually handle, even when it feels overwhelming in the moment. Here's something crucial about being a Heyoka who repels predators and attracts spiritual warfare. You need to maintain your energetic immune system, because unlike other empaths who might be able to heal while having weak boundaries, you can't afford that weakness. Your entire function depends on your boundaries being impenetrable, on your energy being strong enough to reflect darkness back to itself, on your system being so clear that predators can't get hooks in. But this requires maintenance. This requires you to be vigilant about what you let into your field. This requires you to protect your energy like your life depends on it, because your medicine depends on it.
Think of yourself as a spiritual immune system. You're protecting not just yourself, but everyone around you from energetic parasites. But if your immune system is compromised, if your energy is depleted, if your boundaries are weak, you can't serve that function.
So you have to be more disciplined than other people about self-care, more rigorous about boundaries, more careful about who you let close to you, more protective of your space, your energy, your peace. This looks like selfishness to people who don't understand. They think you're being cold, distant, unavailable, difficult. They don't understand that maintaining your energetic immune system is not optional. It's essential. It's what allows you to do the work you came here to do. You can't just love everyone openly like other empaths might. You can't just give your energy freely. You can't just let anyone into your space, because your work requires you to maintain a level of energetic purity that most people never need to consider.
This is why spiritual traditions talk about the importance of purification for people doing sacred work. It's not about being holier than thou. It's about maintaining the energetic frequency necessary to do the work.
So you need rituals. You need practices that clear your energy daily. You need to be extremely conscious about what you consume, what you watch, what you listen to, who you spend time with, because everything affects your frequency, and your frequency is your medicine. You need to protect your sleep because spiritual attacks often happen when you're most vulnerable. You need to protect your mornings because how you start your day determines your energetic baseline. You need to protect your boundaries because every time you let someone violate them, you're weakening your ability to reflect darkness. This is not paranoia. This is spiritual hygiene. This is understanding that being a Heyoka who repels darkness requires you to maintain an energetic standard that never drops below a certain threshold. And yes, this is exhausting. Yes, this feels like a lot of work. Yes, this is harder than just being a regular person who doesn't have to think about energy and warfare and spiritual protection. But this is the price of the medicine you carry. This is what's required to be someone who can disrupt systems of darkness without being destroyed by them. Here's the final truth I need you to understand. You're not alone in this spiritual warfare. You're not the only Heyoka fighting these battles. You're not the only person experiencing this level of opposition. There are others like you scattered across the world, fighting the same fight, facing the same opposition, carrying the same medicine, experiencing the same attacks, wondering if they're crazy, if they're imagining it, if it's really as intense as it feels. And the answer is yes. It's real. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. You're in actual spiritual warfare. And there are others fighting alongside you even though you can't always see them.
In indigenous traditions, they talk about the tribe of spiritual warriors who incarnate during dark times to fight battles that most people don't even know are happening. You're part of that tribe. You're one of those warriors.
And part of your training, part of your initiation, has been learning to fight alone. Learning that you can't always rely on others to validate your experience, or understand your battle, or fight alongside you visibly. You've had to learn to trust yourself completely, to trust what you see even when nobody else sees it, to trust what you feel even when nobody else feels it, to trust your perception of the spiritual warfare you're engaged in even when everyone tells you you're being paranoid. But now you're ready for the next phase. Now you're ready to find your tribe, the other Heyokas, the other warriors, the other people who see what you see, fight what you fight, carry what you carry.
They're out there, looking for you just like you're looking for them, waiting for the moment when you're both strong enough to recognize each other without one of you trying to fix or save or change the other.
And when you find them, when you connect with other Heyokas who understand this battle, something shifts. You're not alone anymore. You're not crazy anymore. You have confirmation that what you're experiencing is real, that the opposition you face is legitimate, that the medicine you carry is needed, and together, you're more powerful than you are alone. Not because you need them to complete you, but because synchronized disruption is more effective than isolated disruption, because collective mirror energy is more powerful than individual mirror energy, because warriors fighting together can hold more ground than warriors fighting separately. So find your tribe. Find the other Heyokas. Find the people who make you feel less alone in this spiritual warfare. Find the ones who understand without explanation, who validate without questioning, who see what you see and fight what you fight. They're out there, and they need you as much as you need them. If you recognize yourself in this video, if you've been experiencing spiritual warfare that nobody around you understands, if you repel predators but attract attacks, if you disrupt systems and face coordinated opposition, you're not imagining it. You're a Heyoka empath engaged in spiritual warfare. And it's time to stop questioning whether it's real and start strengthening your capacity to fight it effectively. Your immunity to predators is your gift. Your attraction of spiritual warfare is confirmation of your power. The opposition you face is evidence of how much darkness fears what you represent.
You are a threat to systems of darkness. You are dangerous to collective unconsciousness. You are a warrior in a battle most people don't even know is happening, and that makes you rare, valuable, essential.
If you recognized yourself in this video, if you've been living what we described here, subscribe, because you need to stay connected to people who understand what you're actually up against. Drop a comment and tell me, how is the opposition showing up in your life, work, family, strangers who seem sent? I read them all. And I want to know how it's manifesting for you, because this community is one of the only places where you won't have to convince anyone that it's real. And remember, the intensity of the opposition you face is directly proportional to the power of your medicine. If darkness weren't afraid of you, it wouldn't fight you. If your work weren't effective, you wouldn't be attacked. If you weren't a threat, you'd be ignored. But you're not ignored. You're opposed, you're attacked, you're tested constantly, and that's not evidence that you're doing something wrong. That's evidence that you're doing exactly what you came here to do. Keep fighting, keep disrupting, keep reflecting darkness back to itself, keep maintaining your energetic immune system, keep trusting that the warfare you're experiencing is real, is strategic, and is making you stronger. You're not alone in this battle. We're fighting alongside you. And together, we're more powerful than the darkness that opposes us.
We see you.
We feel you.
We are in this together.
I'll see you in the next video.
Stay lit.